Shanti, come here. Don't do that to other people. Only Mama. Okay. Udana Vayu is what? Come here.
Snake.
Yeah.
You prepare the portal for the final exit.
Yes. Where is it? Where's the Udana Vayu?
Ah,
That's not the Udana Vayu.
so there, 6667.
No, it flows up the whole back part. So remember, the Vayu isn't a point or a channel.
Yeah.
It's a direction of flow. So
Okay.
the direction is flow is up from behind.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Udana Vayu. Okay. So Udana Vayu Sanchalana. Okay. So it stimulates Udana Vayu. Why do we want Udana Vayu to be strong?
To exit VIP.
To exit VIP. Yes, hopefully.
Yeah.
At least not through the holes downstairs. Okay. All right. So now let's go to this one. You take your hands to your ears and you rub the back of your ears. What is that for? Item number 8, Karna Samatva Kriya. Why do we do that?
Would that also be occipital?
No, but it's also something else. It's also what?
Balancing
Oh,
the
Udana
hemispheres
Vayu.
of the brain.
Balancing the brain, yes. And also what? What part of your body? This is in the front or the back of you?
Back.
So which Vayu are we stimulating?
Udana.
Udana.
Udana
So
Vayu.
it stimulates Udana Vayu and balances the right and left brain. So you're working the ears, but you're also working the back of the body. So you're stimulating
This is a
Udana
combo,
Vayu.
huh? This is like a sort together.
2 for 1.
C'est un combo.
Ay. Come here. Stop bothering Sophie.
Ok, tac, chainsaw.
Je pensais que c'était ridicule à dire, mais
It's like I grow up Udana. And then Apana. Upapanya. Udana.
Ça, c'était vos deux.
différent. C'est différent.
You're allergic to cats, no? Okay.
Mais oui.
Antihistamine.
Oui.
Okay. So helps balancing air pressure in the ears, dissolves vertigo, can help in dissolving constrictions in brain flow. Okay. So now, Anahata Nada Sanchalana. Anahata Nada Sadhana. Okay, so you wiggle your thumbs in your ears and you hold your breath. And you just witness the middle of you. Okay. So, Anahata means the unstruck sound. Anahata Nada. Anahata means unstruck. Nada is the inner sounds. Inner sounds of your energy moving through you. Okay? So, sometimes we wanna listen at the energy moving through us. Sometimes you open your brain to certain states where you feel like you have tinnitus, but you actually don't. You can hear the whistle of prana going through your central channel. Sometimes you hear other sounds, like drums beating, gongs, water falling. There are other sounds that sometimes happen. Cymbals clashing, electric cracks, pops. And this is all anahata. It's unstruck, meaning you didn't make the sound, it's the energy, it's the sound of energy flowing through you. Okay, sometimes this happens. And this kind of makes us more sensitive to that. Also, you're working with ear pressure. You're tuning into the inner sounds. And then enhances flow of current driven through the amygdala and hippocampus. Who remembers what the amygdala and hippocampus are? Amygdala, what is that?
Emotional processing of happiness, desire.
Okay.
Pleasure and pain.
Pleasure and pain, basically. Hippocampus is what?
Pain.
Basically, what you want to stay away from. What you've labeled as life-threatening, what you've labeled as bad for you, what you want to avoid.
So it's like hippocampus is more like survival, whereas amygdala is almost like
Desire,
trying
trying
to thrive.
to thrive, yeah.
Cool.
Which I think that they're in different parts of the brain. I think the amygdala, I think, is in the midbrain. No?
I think they're right next to each other.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're right next to each other. One might be more middle than the other, but they're right next to each other.
Because that would make sense if the hippocampus was more in the back, because it's more survival, and amygdala is more like.
We can Google Maps the brain and find out where they are. in
Turn
the-
left.
Google.
Siri, where's
Turn
my
left, the
brain?
hippocampus. Okay. So, Bindu, Kshetra, Kendrikaran, Kriya. Actually, that was done twice, so we're just going to skip it. And then the last thing we talked about is this tapping of the temple region. Page 11, item 11. You can rub or you can tap. It's called Karma Kshalana. Okay? Stimulates flow of prana through the limbic system. Who understands limbic system? Streamlines amygdala and hippocampus and limbic system. Who understands where the limbic system is in the brain?
What's the reptilian brain?
In the center.
It's in the reptilian brain as well, but in the middle.
Between the hemispheres.
Yeah, so it's in the midbrain, but still in the lower part of the brain. And it memorizes what? Bodily position. It memorizes where you are in space.
Oh, yeah.
How you're what the ambient factory setting is for you. Okay? What the ambient factory setting is for you. This is normal. This is not normal. So you've healed yourself, you wake up in the morning and you're back because it's recognized it as normal. Okay. Alright. Streamlines amygdala and hippocampus limbic system. Painful memories by raising frequency of the brain. Dissolving painful memories. Okay. So now we're going to talk about the Guru Chakra. So item number 12, Guru Chakra, center of the brain, center of the forehead. There are a lot of portals here. There are in fact 7 different portals here. And they're just all lined up, one after one after one after one like this. But the one we want is in the direct center of the brain, and this is called the Guru Chakra, or Trikuti. Trikuti, Trikuti, or the Guru Chakra. The Guru Chakra is not the third eye, it's right above it. So this is Sahasrara, and this is Agnya, again this is Sushumna. In between the two of them is the Guru Chakra. So it's right here in the very center of your forehead.
But is it back a little bit too? Like
It's also back a little bit, it's not on the forehead.
Okay.
It's lined up in your central channel. So if I could stick my fingers in here deep enough, I would be able to scratch my Guru Chakra.
But isn't this the third eye
Tickle it.
right there where you're saying?
Ooh.
Third eye. Let's get this right. Where is the third eye? If this is your nose bridge, the third eye is just right at where your eyebrows end up, top of the eyebrows is the third eye. The point above that would be the middle of your forehead. So the third eye is lower. Third eye is a little bit in line with your eyebrows. The third eye is in line with your eyebrows. The Guru Chakra is above it, in the center of your forehead.
So what?
Because the third eye is not the center of your forehead, it's a little lower. So for you, the third eye would be right there. That's where they put the bindi in India.
Yeah.
And then this part there, in center of the forehead, is the Guru Chakra. So it's right above the third eye. And this is the entryway to access the Guru Chakra. So we're breathing into there to access that chakra that's just right above the third eye.
You wait?
So
Yeah.
what it's doing exactly?
I will tell you. Yes.
Yes, similar, like,
Yeah.
why we call it the Guru Chakra?
The Guru Chakra, because the Guru Chakra is where you receive from your spirit guides.
Transmission.
You receive from the masters.
Okay.
You receive guidance through the Guru Chakra.
Okay.
The third eye is where is your center of perception, your center of being able to perceive reality. That's the third eye.
So you breathe the light here and you exhale here.
You inhale from here and then you exhale up. Inhale, exhale. Okay, so when you're stimulating the Guru Chakra, you're swirling it, you're breathing in from this point, because this is the portal, and then eventually your breath will hit Sushumna and go down into the Kundasthana. How is the Kundasthana connected to Sushumna? Who remembers?
The point which opens the bottom of Sushumna.
Like this.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so this is why we're pushing here. We're accessing Sushumna from the bottom and the top, and we're breathing down and up. And this is helping you to stimulate Sushumna and also open the Guru Chakra. When the Guru Chakra is open, you can channel. The Guru Chakra is what allows you to channel.
Is that the third chakra, Guru chakra, and this got just open and connected together, all like
Well,
one?
Yes, they are all one. In the center of your brain, they're all one. They are Sushumna, they're all one. So yes, they're all connected. But different parts of that,
The brain.
different parts of the tube are responsible for different things, even though they are all one, as you said. Okay?
And then is there like a process of, as they're opening, more of a flickering? Like people can start to channel, but it's like kind of, they don't have...
Yeah. And sometimes it's because also you're not used to listening to guidance. You know, the guidance will say, tell him to look under the bed, but you'll go, that's crazy, you know? You'll push it, you'll be like, oh, I don't know where that came from, you know? So you're not, it takes some kind of practice to be able to listen to the guidance that you're receiving. So if you have your Guru Chakra open, that guidance is very clear. It's super clear.
Cool.
What about if you hear sound from like Manipura or
Yeah, as I said,
sometimes
when
how?
energy comes through you, sometimes there are sounds. And depending what the frequency is, then you hear different sounds.
So it's possible.
Yes, it's possible. And it's okay. Popping, banging, hissing, whistling.
But the point is also here, everyone else who channel you, I mean connect your, I don't know how to explain, but I know, like you can connect and tell me something through telepathy or whatever you're calling. So it's gonna be through Guru
No.
upstairs or
No,
what?
no.
Which one?
I think that's a good question. And I see, I don't do telepathy.
No, but it's,
So I can't really tell you from experience, but I think it has something to do with the heart.
no, through the mind. Even through now 5G, they can access to your thoughts, you know.
I don't know if that's
different-
true.
No, it is true.
I have a friend in New
You're-
York, and
why-
she's a psychic, and there's 5G everywhere. And when she spends the day in New York, she lives in Long Island. She can't sleep. She feels she's all buzzing with energy, and it's very ungrounding. It just puts a lot of energy in you in a very ungrounding way.
But people can't
No.
control
But not
your
telepathy.
thoughts from 5G.
No, totally.
No.
I mean,
Or put
since
things in your head.
2020 especially.
I don't
can,
think so.
If I want, I can channel your thought or your mind or whatever.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Then show us how.
Yeah.
Huh?
How?
I want to know which one, sir.
I don't know because I said I don't know because I don't think that it can happen. I don't think that 5G can
No,
control your thoughts.
later, whatever you're thinking, your mind, that's where we are going to open the heart chakra because
Yes.
no one can access this one, but everyone can access your mind and your thoughts.
I
like,
don't think
just
people
going
can
out
access your mind.
through the.
I don't think people can access your mind.
Yes.
Really?
There's an
Yeah, I
concept
think
in,
I understand what you mean, and yeah, I think she's
So in the Tibetan Book of the Dead, they say that the mind is a public platform.
Okay.
Almost like we're standing in a public
Yeah,
park, but
okay.
you're standing next to a tree.
Okay.
But that just, I think what they're referring to is that your thoughts aren't yours.
Okay.
But
Your
that-
thoughts are not yours, but they're.
But that doesn't mean people can, I mean, people do plant seeds and ideas in our heads. That's what you're doing to us right now. You're teaching us, and then they grow into, but it's, if you're aware, then no one can do anything to you.
You know what this looks like? You feel me and you feel what I'm gonna tell you, something like this.
That's
the
the
next
heart.
step.
Intuition?
That's
Yeah,
the,
Okay,
it's
no,
the
so
heart.
leave this.
Yeah.
Not feeling. Mind.
That I can read your mind.
Yes. Thought.
But it's like she can read your.
What I'm trying to tell you is
Mhm.
that I can. I'm not using this. I'm using this. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
Uh-huh.
I'm not using this. I'm
You're
using
not
this.
using your third eye, though.
No. I'm
So how
feeling you with my
listen
heart.
So your
I'm-
guidance
I'm
guide
okay. This
from
is how
here.
it works from my perspective,
Uh-huh.
because I can tell what people are thinking, but I'm not using anything up here. I'm using this
Yeah, but
because I'm in them. I'm in their body because it's the same heart.
Mhm.
So I'm actually using my heart. Yes, and I've been in people's heads. I have been in people's heads, but I didn't use this. I used the heart because the heart is the one that expands.
Fractal.
But can I make a comment
Yeah.
on that? I have a friend who does that, and if you use third eye is here for a reason. It balances the process
Okay.
by keeping you accountable to your own integrity.
Okay.
If you're all in heart, and if on top of that you have energy practices that shoot energy in your system, then you might not notice, but your solar plexus might have too much energy and you might fall in delusion of knowing because it's not balanced by the
By the
integrity
third
from your
eye.
third eye.
Yeah, I agree in that because the third eye is the one that shows you clear perception. But when you're talking about reading other people, it's not the third eye that reads
no,
other
it's
people.
not reading. I can through. Okay, let's tell.
Give you a
through-
message?
through third eyes. You can communicate. You can
I
channel
don't
it.
think so.
Yeah,
You
that's
can communicate
why.
from the third eye.
That's why I try. Like 1 year ago, I tried to through my heart communicate and just like totally. I was
Yeah, that-
out of my
I
at the
think
beginning. and
That's
I was
that's the right way because it's the heart that communicates.
Yeah.
So though your perception might be from here, from whatever resonance you're
Mm.
getting.
And it needs to be balanced.
Yeah, absolutely. Heart and brain coherence needs to happen. But it's not the third eye that's communicating. And it's not through the third eye that you can feel the other.
Yeah.
Because there's a difference between picking up on other people's thoughts and actually having a conversation.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about
You can see
that.
somebody in the astral plane.
You can, again, but
This is
yeah,
this
again,
way-
but
this-
that's you're both astral and you're both talking to each other.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
different than
Yeah, it's different. Yeah.
I don't
The
know. I
communication
can't
in
really
this plane.
I can't connect on that because I just don't know how to do that. I don't know how to communicate to people with my third eye. It might be possible, but for me telepathy is from here.
Yeah, it's from here. You should go here and then through this one go. to
Okay.
the,
Okay.
Right here.
Let's go back to Kriya. Okay. So we're here, no? Stimulating the Guru chakra so that we can become channels, basically. Okay? So that sits between the Sahasrara and the third eye. So between Sahasrara and third eye is Guru chakra. So it allows you to be intuitively guided. This is the Guru chakra. Okay.
And one question, then guidance comes through your heart. You can listen to your guidance or whatever.
Guidance comes through the whole entire central channel. You might feel it in your heart, sure. Yeah? Okay. Netra Shuddhi Kriya. So this is the one where you take the three parts of the eye, inner, outer, and middle, and you press.
Should you press quite hard or just a little bit?
Just enough to trigger the points.
Which is how hard?
It's a gentle pressure.
It doesn't have to be really hard. Because
Don't bleed.
yeah, hard doesn't make it better. Hard doesn't make it better.
So just enough.
Just enough to feel it.
Oh, I pushed so hard, like it's
Yeah.
nearly like
There's no.
You're also like in the
You
sun.
have to.
Until I
When-
Also a
almost
little
out.
fireball.
When someone puts an acupuncture needle in you, do you feel it or not?
tiny.
Exactly. Okay.
Kiri, can I ask you what's
Yeah.
the difference between the yogi, the Yoni Mudra, and this version?
this is
It's very
not the
similar.
same thing because this has something to do with the eyes themselves,
Yes.
whereas Yoni Mudra is the pineal gland. So let's read about this. Okay, so Netra Shuddhi Kriya is a deep cleansing and fine tuning of pranic flow across the eyes. So energy flow across the eyes. Okay. By the way, what's not shown in the picture is the little fingers on the tip of the nose and the thumbs are pulling the ears forward like this. Okay, that might not be so evident in the picture. So, stimulates the prana flow to eyes for better vision, enhances eye to hand and leg coordination, prevents sagging of the eye socket, enables stronger concentration power, helps in the cellular regenerative function of the eyes and refreshes the eyes and drains the tear ducts. So really it's for the eyes. Okay, it's for the eyes. Okay, what I did is I made you, so what does it also do? Focus attention on eyebrow convergence. So this is the first of the 7 channels in your forehead. The one between the eyebrows. And this is your power of concentration. So when you do this, and let's say you make a sound like Om, or I made you swirl the tongue in the mouth, like it brings your focus there. So it's actually a concentration tool.
We did with the tongue, yes, rotating inside the
The tongue is on the upper palate rotating. And that's a way to focus sound inside your brain in your channel. That was just to get you to focus. The second time I did it with Yoni Mudra, the one in the bottom, now we're doing the work. Because the first time we did it, we were just concentrating. Now when you apply it again and you go, it starts to work directly into your midbrain because of the pressure points and the effect on your pineal gland. It's vibrating your pineal gland, vibrating that area, and increases the potency of Yoni Mudra.
And you breathe from here to the pineal gland and from the pineal gland to here.
Yes, you inhale from here, which is basically the third eye, into the middle of the brain, into the pineal gland.
What are the first signs that your pineal gland is decalcifying?
Well, you get visions and light in meditation. You see light in your brain, you see vision.
Is it
Geometric
light
patterns.
without black?
Black is also a color. It's allowed. It's basically, yeah, it's allowed. It doesn't mean nothing. Black doesn't mean nothing. Black has substance also.
So once we start seeing the things,
You start seeing
that are
visions.
decalcifying the brain.
Yeah, yours is pretty decalcified. So you get visions. You are able to see energy, maybe. See sound. See sound as image. See frequency as image.
And it's the fluoride that calcifies the brain.
Fluoride and yeah, it's the fluoride in the things you consume that calcifies the brain. Okay. So Yoni Mudra, we already know that it's the one that decalcifies the pineal gland if you continue to practice it. Okay, applying a little sound, the droning actually intensifies the effect. Okay.
I feel silly asking this question because I know it's different for everyone, really.
Okay.
But in general, with these practices, how long before you start to?
Yeah, you're right. It is different for everyone
Yeah.
because everyone has their own resistances. There's a list of things that get in the way of our ability to shift quickly. And one of them is rigid thinking and rigid patterns, not being open-minded. Another one is measuring and comparing. because you're filling your reference library and we need to get out of this space. So measuring and comparing. Fear programming. Like, oh, I can't do this, it's against my religion, that kind of thing. That's fear programming. And then another thing is like, let's say you've never done any work on yourself, or you're afraid of stepping out of your comfort zone. These can be obstacles to the effect. But if you don't have any of the above, then it should work quite quickly, actually.
Quickly as in like 24 hours or?
Yeah, right.
Usually there's a 48-hour window, but it depends on how much prana is flowing through you to begin with. If you've got small, narrow tubes, it's going to take some time to open them up. But if you've already done some sort of work like dance or martial arts or yoga or something like that, then chances are you've already done some nadi work, whether you know it or not.
Even yoga.
And then it's going to be you'll be quite receptive to the kriyas, and it will be quite quicker. So, and there are no silly questions, and it's okay to ask. Okay, so that is Yoni Mudra. Agnya Bandha, 15. Again, we're still on the third eye. We're still working on the third eye. So pinching the inner corner of the eye bone, which is right next to the bridge of the nose, actually helps stimulate the third eye because it's quite near the portal of the third eye. So it's in that region of the third eye. So pushing into this pressure point, rapid inhales, exhales, wiggling. Going into plank gives us the extra firepower. Even if you just did it this way, you're working on your third eye. Inhaling from where you're wiggling into your Sushumna. And exhaling in the opposite direction.
Exhaling.
In the opposite direction. So let's say this is the breath, no? Inhale, that's the breath. The exhale will
Come out.
go the other way. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Let's say if you like inhale, you're imagining through your heart, out through the top, and it's completely not what you're saying.
But it feels right for you?
Or like, yeah,
Okay.
then
Just keep doing it. I'm a roadmap. If your intuitive guide gives you something else,
go for it. Sometimes when you say it, then I'm concentrating too much on doing the breath in the right direction instead of like.
that's why I was
letting
telling
go.
you today, inhale from here to here, now just follow what the
Yeah.
breath is doing. Just observe what the breath is doing, allow the breath to come in whichever direction it wants. Yeah. Okay. Because depending on the state of openness of your channels, this might be the access point that you're using. Otherwise, maybe it's this,
Yeah.
you know? Or maybe it's just here. Okay. Golata Kriya. What does this do?
Hurts.
Pains. What does it do?
Is that
Clears
what's
away the patterns.
Stories, thought patterns that don't serve you well.
Oh,
Self-sabotage. So we're releasing thought patterns that don't serve you well. So Golata Kriya is a key reminder of our approach to prana ascension process. Exhale from the center of your face and stick your tongue out throughout all false thought processes that don't serve you well. Again, so Golhata is in the middle of the third eye and the throat. So if the third eye is right perception and your throat is the truth, then they have to be aligned. If they're out of sync, then either you don't know who you are, or your story is telling you the opposite of who you are. And that is causing thought patterns that are sabotaging your journey and misleading you. Okay, so this is when we go, we are clearing up the transition between third eye and throat. which is the Golata chakra.
And you visualize black smoke coming out.
You can visualize black smoke. Sometimes it's other things that come out of you. Black smoke is a good way. Or you can just visualize your breath coming out from that area. You're clearing any heaviness, stagnation, resistance from that area.
Earlier, I really wanted to burp and couldn't. Does that mean it's holding in, or?
Yeah.
Oh. Even if I'm like, but it won't.
It's not ready.
So remember, this is subconscious. So even if your intellectual mind wants it to happen,
Yeah, I'm like, come on.
You can do it.
You can
right?
do
There's
it.
something that you're not perceiving. There's something you're not perceiving that you need to be able to perceive.
Maybe next week.
And
Yeah, there's
sometimes,
always next week.
sometimes it's not even a thought. Sometimes it's a feeling, a repositioning by way of feeling, instead of a repositioning by way of mental. Okay.
I feel here when I do this, I feel just like all emotion which hurt me from outside, like any no or
That is a
comes
thought
out
pattern that
from
doesn't serve
here.
you
I
well.
feel my face get
Yeah.
and
That is a thought pattern that doesn't
it's
serve
a
you
thought
well.
pattern.
Yeah, and then that's good that you're removing it, and if you're feeling it,
Yeah,
then
from
you.
outside which hurt me, makes
Okay,
me.
okay. So just keep throwing that out. Just keep throwing that thought out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go now to Swarodaya Kriya. You're pressing the tip of your nose and you're rubbing your temples. And maybe you're rubbing the tip of your nose and you're inhaling, this is item 17, from tip of your nose into midbrain and exhaling in the opposite direction. So why do we do this?
That's the pathway, yeah, the little pathway.
Of what? Pathway of what? Yes, it's a pathway of what?
It's like, I can't remember what you said.
It's a pathway of what? There's a pathway going into your brain from here. Which part of your brain
This goes
You know that?
Shushumna.
goes to Shushumna? So you access Shushumna from the tip of your nose.
Didn't you say something about a trident? What
That's
is-
the Shushumna front channel, back channel.
Anything to do with this one?
No.
It's connected. Okay.
From the third eye, the branch happens at the third eye.
Uh-huh.
This Shushumna Dwara goes into the third eye. And from the third eye, it will choose which path it wants to come up or down. Because Shushumna is a two-way street.
So this accesses
Route à
the
200
Shushumna
fois.
from the nose.
Yeah,
What goes?
access Shushumna from the nose. That's why
Power
in some meditative schools,
You look at the
they,
nose tip.
they look at the nose tip.
Yeah.
They look at the nose tip because that's the access point to Shushumna. Some people look at the eyebrows. Why? Because that's access to the third eye, which will also lead you to Shushumna. And now there's this argument between these two schools. No, it means nose tip. No, it means third eye. It's the same thing. It's just a different road to get to the same place, the third eye. You'll get to the third eye eventually. Either you take this road, the door that you're going to enter is the same. It's the third eye to get into Shushumna.
And I think the Greeks, but whatever, they used to meditate on their belly button,
Yeah, the hara.
right?
Like the vipassana
Yeah, yeah.
makes you meditate on the belly button.
Is this also Shushumna? Or
There's
is
a
it just
portal.
Manipura?
There's a portal in the belly button. Manipura is here.
Yeah.
This portal in the belly button is actually it's independent from the chakra system,
Oh.
and it's your connection to the cosmic womb.
Uh-huh.
We'll talk about it next week
Oh yeah.
Okay.
when
It's
we get there.
another highway.
Room.
It's a highway of
A
yeah,
bit
it's
like this
vital
one.
energy.
A bit like this one at the back? Is it like this one come in and this one go out?
The Udana Vayu, you mean? Are they the same? Are they a bit similar? I don't think so.
Okay.
They're a separate system because this one is a direct. It doesn't come from the energy you receive from the belly button. Doesn't come from the vayus.
Yeah. It's another system.
It's another system.
When you talk
Altogether.
about Ara, it's another experience, really.
Yeah, it's
When you
it's-
experience hara in the martial art, for example, and you feel that your hara plus the pushing is like koshi, I mean, it's not connected here.
No, it's not. It's a different system. It's not connected to Sushumna at all.
No.
So the energy coming through Sushumna comes from the pranavayu. You inhale, and then now that prana is spread out from the heart center to all directions, and that's fueling Sushumna. Your inhale is fueling Sushumna. The fuel of this is independent. It's an independent system, this
So
one.
here, the point here that you activated here is not. It's not the system of hara. You know?
The
Is
prana.
this
Kundasthana is not.
Kundasthana
It's close
is
to the
it's
hara,
not the
but-
system of hara.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
a door.
it's a little bit below.
It's a little bit below. Yeah.
I think the
Yeah.
hara is in the middle.
Yes.
This is below. This is right
Yes.
above the pubic bone.
Oh yes, sure. It's 2 point.
Yeah.
After.
And if you look in
yeah.
acupuncture,
Yeah.
there's more than one point down here. There's a low one, and then there's a middle one.
So in acupuncture they use the both.
They
systems.
use both,
Okay.
but they're different. They're not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same point.
No.
Would Kundasthana also be an access point for Sushumna?
Yes,
Even
It
when
is.
it's open?
Stuff like this.
when it's open, yeah,
Still?
it can still because Kandapravayu might still be there, but it's open.
Or the meaning of it.
Okay, so we are using this as an access point of Sushumna. We are using this as an access point. The Nirvana Guru Chakra as an access point to Sushumna
So what we want to do is to consciously bring a sense of flow
into
through that channel.
the channel. Yeah. So you're using different access points to flow energy in Sushumna,
Yes.
which is really the first thing that needs to happen
Yes.
for us to be able to have an awakening or a rising. We need to get prana to flow in Sushumna.
In fact, we can say that in Saint-Exupéry that all the doors is to activate the Sushumna, the point from Kundasthana to inside.
Sahasrara.
Yeah, Sahasrara, but inside.
Inside, yeah, in the center of your
No,
brain.
the center point. I always forget the name.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah. Okay. Nirvana Kriya. This Kriya stimulates and awakens Nirvana Chakra, item 18. Okay, so the Nirvana Chakra is not the center of the head. It is up here where the hairline is. This is the top of the where Irie's little Kriya scar is.
She did it right.
Okay?
She went hard.
Hard. The hairline.
Starting
Okay.
a fire.
Crucial to unlock and release ego self-related stress. Okay. There you go.
Okay.
And then we have Udana Jagrana, which is C7 section breath.
Ah, yes.
Okay, so number 19 is when you dig your thumbs into the C7 section, which is another way to release the neck.
Yeah.
Is there some more kriyas for like the front of the neck?
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are. I only showed you this one
Yeah,
so far.
exactly.
And then this one.
Yeah. But what about like this part?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Like this.
There is.
This part.
I don't know if this is really good for you.
Oh
I don't think that's very good.
Probably not.
We don't even know.
No, but
I wouldn't
actually
ever
it
do
works really well. Like one day I was like doing this because there was like something really stuck in my throat. And I was like doing something like
This,
that.
yes.
Ah, yeah,
There
okay.
is a Kriya that does this.
Okay, cool.
But we don't hit the windpipe. Okay? It's not actually, can be quite dangerous. Hitting your
This is like
windpipe.
portal and passing out.
That's in martial arts. If you want to get someone to suffocate, you hit them in the windpipe.
I'll keep them busy for a little bit. So this is to you were explaining the like 6 channels going to 2
Yeah.
in the neck.
Yeah. So you've got a 6-lane highway going into a 2-lane road.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is like a bottleneck. That's why a lot of people's shoulders hurt, especially if you're a healer, especially if you do service-oriented things,
Okay.
where you're using heart energy sometimes, and you're channeling maybe it gets stuck here
Why?
because the pipe's smaller.
Yeah.
It's a big pipe, small pipe. See, big pipe, small pipe.
Oh my God, that's why I'm so sore.
And so that's why we always working on these guys. Always working on this. Always working on this.
Yeah.
Because we need to keep it open to flow. Sometimes it gets clogged up with stuff.
What's the reason it gets crazy?
Because it's a small pipe. It's a small channel.
It's effect from maybe everyone.
No, stop thinking that everything is effect from everyone.
So why is happened then?
Because your head needs to do this more.
Heat rises, it goes.
Okay.
But I'm not thinking, but it's just like, you know, I'm somewhere, or I feel something came and just like, you know, it's not my mind, my mind is...
It's completely your mind.
Believe me, I'm not
Completely your mind.
Yes,
You don't have to think.
happy
You don't have to think, but you still think that you're being attacked.
So she's upset.
You're not being
No,
attacked.
I'm
No
not.
one's
Eli
attacking you.
reduced that one.
Exactly. No one is attacking you.
No.
So you cannot get something from outside like that. It's coming from you. Yeah, that's why you need to change your mind. I know you're not thinking. I know you're not thinking, but I know, voila. Your version of the reality is not allowing you to see the truth. And the truth is, no one's attacking you anymore. But you still don't. Your body doesn't know that yet. You need use your heart.
I'm working on that.
Yes, I know you're working on that. I know you're working on that. You're almost there. You're almost there. Okay, you're almost there. Just a little bit more. Work on do this a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
End of the course, I gonna be there.
Maybe. Item 20. Karna Kriya. Pulling the ears like this. And squatting down and up or bending down and up. So 2 methods of this. You can 3 actually. You can do this or you can do this. So when you're doing that, you're breathing up. Exhale. And you're breathing down, inhale.
So it's pumping.
So it's pumping.
Yeah.
So exhale, inhale, or exhale, inhale, because you want pressure pushing between right and left hemispheres of the brain. Okay? And why would we do this? Coherence in the brain hemispheres. Brain neuron firing, balance between left and right, so that you can get stimulus in the midbrain. Okay, all right.
And there's significance in crossing the arms because it.
You're cross wiring Ida and Pingala. Ida, Pingala. Ida, Pingala. You're cross wiring so that. We do that also with the bottom, like you'll sit like this and go like this. So you're combining, you're trying to get things to flow in the center because you're crossing Ida and Pingala. It's like, you know, the staff of Hermes and it kind of crosses.
Yeah. Does it allow your brain to like rest more? Like for example, when you're just like relaxing and like usually feet just do like this.
Does it allow your brain to cross more when you? I think it might have an effect on Ida and Pingala if you're crossing.
It's like,
I believe. I mean, look at Lotus. It's
exactly.
You're crossing Ida and Pingala, so that Sushumna flow
But
can
does it like maybe allow your like right and right or left and right brain
to empty. And so where are you in the midbrain? That means that your prefrontal cortex is not working so much.
Yeah.
Quieter
So
mind.
when you do this, you open the channel in the back as well.
Yeah.
Yes, actually. It does open the channel in the back as well because you're doing that.
Yeah.
And then when you go up and down.
And pump it up.
And so Udana Vayu also starts to.
It's like,
Yeah.
What is it? Everyone telling?
Explaining energy is coming up, going up. Okay. Now we are item 21. Ama Prakashalana Kriya. Squeezing.
Chicken.
Ama means rigid toxin lumps. So rigid toxin lumps, meaning in your lymphatic system, when you start trying to clean the impurities out of your bodies, sometimes you get these knots of toxicity that build up.
Would that be like
A lymph, yeah, like
Like the
a
tract
swollen
system?
lymph node is because you've got the toxicity buildup in that area. You actually have lymph nodes here in the armpits. And so when we are doing this and pumping, also for circulation, you're actually trying to release these toxic blockages.
But does it only target the ones in this region?
Mhm.
Or would it target the ones in lower parts of the body as well?
This region.
Because this is where the lymph empties, like, and here too, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's like all
Yeah.
the lymph
Empties.
drains here.
Yeah.
The
So it's like if you
system.
poop down
So
here,
this
it
is
comes up here.
lymphatic drainage basically happens. That's why we're also doing this.
Yeah.
It's like the exit hole.
Okay. Another thing you can do for lymphatic drainage is this. Tapping on your right underneath your collarbones. Okay, so this is so Prakasha Lana is cleansing through the intensified flow of prana. So this process is to press lymph drainage nodules, and thumb under the armpit detoxifies and drains lymph channels. Okay, so there you go. And again, there's several techniques in this, but what you need to do is increase circulation to get the drainage to happen quicker.
Oh, that's why you make us jump.
That's why I make you guys jump. So why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? To increase circulation so that drainage is a little bit quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do like a high intensity movement and you hold your breath,
Oh my god.
and then you pull like this,
Yeah.
we're working not only on the lymph drainage but on the channels of giving and receiving themselves.
okay.
The Hrit and Manas Padmas, you're releasing the blockage
Ah.
from these areas. Okay. So you're releasing any resistances to giving and receiving. Okay, item 22. We have Swasakosha Kriya. And so now you've got all the fingers digging in to your solar plexus. So let's look at the physicality first. The entire respiratory apparatus is extended through compressing and extending the diaphragm. Okay? It also contributes to the streamlined flow of prana and enhanced nerve currents and muscular flow across the entire body. So when you're holding here energetically, you're locking your lower body away from your upper channels. And this causes a lot of problems, like lack of energy, like too much thoughts in the brain, fear, a lot of fear in the system. Getting this space to soften is one way of, we need to get this space to soften so that energy can flow evenly throughout the whole instrument. Okay, so all 10 fingers, this is a release point for entire pain of the body.
What? Oh.
Grace, lie down.
Oh my god.
Now.
Now.
Sound, Grace.
One for the team.
For the world.
This is a release point. This is a release point for all parts of the body that are in pain. Because sometimes pain is what? Pain is where the light doesn't flow. Why is the light not flowing? Because I'm holding here so tightly due to some kind of mental pattern. Sometimes it's an inability to digest experience. So you either push against it or you reject it. Or you're afraid of it, so you run away. Okay? Either ways, there's going to be a knot here. Okay? And controlling is a way in which some people feel to get a grip on the lack of flow. So they try to control everything. Okay? Yeah. When actually the most powerful thing that you can actually do is to let go. You know, and not run away on your bike and listen to music. I mean, it's okay to do if you want to enjoy yourself, but it's not the way to run away. Okay? And so, for a lot of people, you can practice. Okay, but you have to relax also. Okay, so just relax completely. Use your left hand. You know why?
No.
The heart.
Because the left hand is what will take away. The right hand is what will transmit.
Oh.
Oops.
Thank you.
Using the left hand, because what we want to do is pull the plug. But first, it's not the breastbone. You find the bottom of the rib cage, and you go a few, maybe 3 inches, and then you should be able to dig into the space. Okay? But for most people, if you could just completely dig in, they feel assaulted. So you've got to get them used to it by just keeping your hand there, just kind of wiggling around a bit, just to get them used to the idea.
But can't we dig into all those parts around? Because I feel pain in all of the parts.
This is the master switch. Pain for all the parts. And the wing, so we have here the victim. And we have here anger. But the master plug is in the middle. This is where it's blocked, and it's just the prana is just spilling to the ribs. And because of this diverted flow into your liver, instead of through you, you start to manifest these symptoms.
But can we press a bit higher and a bit lower, or does it have to be exactly there?
Sometimes it's higher.
Okay.
Like in Grace, it's higher.
But it's okay.
Okay, but I'm going to start.
Huh?
Okay, so if you don't have long nails, then you can just put the other hand on top, take a deep breath, Grace. Open your mouth. Allow, 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 allow. Allow. If you need to cough, cough. If you need to scream, scream.
I want.
Okay, now breathe into the area and feel your ribs. Can you feel a difference in the way breath is impacting your ribs? It's easier to breathe because now you have more space to breathe, whereas before the tube was tight.
Biggest
And if I use the right hand, then I'm transmitting. And because I can,
you got the power.
because I can, we can now create a transmission. So I've removed what's in the way. Now what I want to do is connect the heart and the solar plexus to this point. Okay? Just completely let go. Ah! Okay. Breathe. Close your eyes and tell me how you feel.
I can feel like upward, yeah.
Upward flow. Okay. That's it. It's done. Okay.
Do I need?
Do you need? Do you want? Later. Okay. So.
But when you do that, you are able to do it because you are
deep breath.
Open.
And exhale.
Yes.
Because you have
Yes.
a higher energy state.
Yes, that's right. So I jump start. It's like the jump start.
Someone in a lower energy state than you are
They
at
can
the same
they can
to
work
not
on the
jump
pressure point.
start. Like mechanically,
Mechanically, they can
Oh.
work on the pressure point,
or
and
like
that,
relaxing the muscle.
in some extent, will have an effect.
Yeah.
But to pull energy or to transmit energy, you need to be open to flow.
Because also I never like see you like dig your roots, like do like the
Prepare.
work. Yeah, prepare and
There's
give
no
back to
need.
the earth.
There's no need to prepare because it's already going through. It's already going through every single moment, every single second. It's already going
Present.
through. There's no need to give back. It's already there. Because the sun and the earth are connecting through my body.
Because what you did right now is that you took it
Yeah.
and then just let it flow back to the earth.
Yeah.
Without any,
I don't need to do any of this stuff. Because it's if
It's
it
already there.
yeah, if it goes into the center of me, it's into the earth. And then the same thing in the reverse direction, surging upwards into the person or downwards into the person. But I don't direct that. I just trust. I just dig my hand in and trust, because higher intelligence, not the brain of this instrument, cannot possibly know what kind of energy Grace needs.
So if a healer tried to do the same, like healers,
Yeah.
try
Yeah.
to do the same, but themselves had a blockage, they would actually
They were just projecting their blockage
they
into
would
this.
give you their blockage.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're just projecting their blockage. Unless they call on higher guidance. So if you call on higher guidance, your blockages won't be transmitted if you allow that higher guidance to do the operating and not you. See, it's the moment you think it's you. That's why I said I just put my hand there and I'm not guiding it. I just
Let it go.
let it go. So higher intelligence is flowing, and the source knows where to flow. I don't need to know. I just need to be the instrument of the flow, the pipe. And I have to let go of any ego involvement. Again, it's not like I need to direct, oh, it's coming from this star. I don't need to know that.
So in this instance, you actually know that the switch is here.
Yeah, I know the
So
switch is there.
Everything else you just channel.
Yeah, and then I
all the right
channel it.
frequency to find it.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's it. And it's either coming in or
And we got the vagus nerve as well going down here.
the vagus nerve is also going down here. So it's a reset button. It's a reset button for.
drainage point too.
Yeah. Can I reset you?
Yeah.
Will you let me?
Huh?
Don't cry.
let's see.
Okay.
This is gonna be good.
I want to
It's gonna
see
be
it's gonna
painful.
hurt,
Pee-wee,
gonna be
but it's gonna be good.
was I letting you? I feel like I was letting
More
you as
than-
much as I.
Yes, you could, because you realized when I did it to you this morning that, oh, it's actually worked. So you actually allowed me now. Whereas the first time you're actually a little resistant. You're kind of fighting it a little. But then it worked. So you're like, oh, it's all right. Okay.
Let's see.
Okay. So this, again, it's a reset button. And if you encounter someone that they have lots of pain and you don't know what to do for them, you tried everything and you don't know what to do, consider this one.
And you would stay there for like at least 2 minutes.
I stay there quite a bit because you can feel them letting go.
Yeah.
Because the first time you dig your fingers in there, it takes 30 seconds at least for muscles to relax. Like even if you go into a stretch, let's say I do this. First 30 seconds, my muscles are still kind of resisting. They're like, I'm not sure we want to do that. And after 30 seconds, then they realize, oh, it's okay. And then your body lets go. So you've got to keep your hand there until you feel, actually you will feel muscularly,
It's like an invitation.
yeah, that the person starts to be okay with it. Because if I just do that, see how you tightened up? This is normal reaction of everyone. And if you do that to them, they tighten up. So, but if you keep your hand there for a little while, then after a while, they start to loosen up. I can't do it to you now because I'm going to push you over. You have to lie down. Okay, so what needs to happen? Can you pull her toes? Just pull her toes. Can you squeeze her ankles? She needs a little bit of a Muladhara. Squeeze her ankles, or squeeze her here. Oh, no, someone else. Someone else squeeze her here. Who wants to do it? Natasha. Okay. Squeeze her here. A little bit higher. Here. See that part? Yeah, right there.
What does it do?
I'm opening up her Muladhara. Okay? Right. You don't need to do anything extra. Okay? No need to do anything extra. Just relax, okay? Okay? Relax, okay? And allow. You don't need to do anything extra. Keep your mouth open. Open your palms. Okay, now breathe. You okay? You sure? You sure, yeah? Okay. Does anyone know why I'm tapping her ear first? Great.
No.
Bring her back into the heart.
Yeah, why do I want her back into the heart? What am I going to do next? What did I do to Grace? Grace, why am I tapping her in the heart?
Well, to give. You're
Open.
gonna give.
So the energy can move up.
Did you tap my heart?
No, I don't have to. Ready?
So it
Close your
opens the
eyes.
heart.
Close your eyes. Grip her big toes. It's getting stuck here. Close your eyes and tell me how you feel. Now you can let go. What do you feel? Explain the difference.
Thank you.
Okay. So this is usually, so if this is the bottleneck, the solar plexus sometimes, the lack of fire, the amount of fear, is the one that disconnects from the earth.
So it can be grounded.
Yeah, and gets in the way of grounding. Okay.
What was that?
What was what?
Yeah, moving anything, especially you did that.
Yeah.
What was that?
I opened your energy channels because they're a little bit small.
What was that?
What was what? Something was moving. That's called energy. It's called Upaprana, Mahaprana.
And then it's like explode and everywhere, like my hand.
Yeah, because your heart took it and spread it everywhere. Because you have such a big heart. Okay. Right.
Shafaya?
So-
Shanti was drinking from your glass while this was happening. She said.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
The big one.
How did he get
How
his
did
head
she
in?
get down
She
there?
was like halfway in there. Like this part was
All
in
head.
Thank you.
Cat in the cup.
Wow, impressive. Thanks for
How did you
that.
get out? I locked you in the room.
Time.
She's blessed with
I
water.
gave you.
She even get. I locked her in my room.
Sneaky cat.
How'd she get out?
Also good. You know.
Just keep her away from Sogi because Sogi's allergic to cats. Okay.
Come to me then.
I love doing
But they can't scratch you, no? Okay. After Swasakosha Kriya, now coherence between solar plexus and heart. Again, releasing of fear. It's like love over fear. So this is the Kriya of love over fear. So you're injecting love into your solar plexus and you're raising up the fire into the heart. So as you exhale, you're exhaling from your thumbs into your fingers. And then you're inhaling from your solar plexus back up into your heart. Micro-orbit circulation. So you've connected third and fourth chakras and you're just allowing the energy to circulate like this. I've seen energetically some people have a disconnect between the heart and the solar plexus, and I think it's the fear plug. It's the
Is that like a misuse of power? Almost like
yes, like
doesn't the solar plexus have to do with power? But
the,
almost like
the solar plexus has to do with power, but if the heart isn't open,
it's like sharing.
then what happens is, because they cannot feel for the other, they end up dominating everybody
taking power.
and taking power, yeah, dominating everybody instead of feeling for the other,
Yeah, like empowering.
instead of empowering. It's taking, yeah, domination. Okay, all right. So this is also called the assemblage point of the heart center. This is where your toroidal grid starts from. Okay, so and the rest of the fingers are into the diaphragm. Invokes more electric currents into the heart center and enhances heart magnetism. Also helps to move energy from solar plexus up into the heart center. Okay. So, if someone's got a lot of fear, you tap the belly first, then you dig in and clear, and then you would connect the heart and the solar plexus. And so today I actually worked up. Before we did Golhata, I moved upwards and connected all of this before we did that.
Can you say that again? If somebody has a lot of fear, you start by what?
You start by tapping in the belly, and then you dig into the solar plexus, and then you connect the two, and you start pumping like that. Connect the heart to the solar plexus. So that, you know, how does someone see your drawing? Someone in a fear cycle, instead of being the big loop, they're actually a little small loop. Yeah, it's just a little small loop in the upper channels only. Because nothing can move down past this. So you're just looping here like that.
Healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course you can see now that because the fear has disconnected you from the earth, you don't have immunity, you don't have nourishment, you don't have protection. And so you're in that fear, and now you have a low immune system, you have no health, and you're not protected.
It's like a self.
It's a self-sabotage circle of suffering that's happened. Yeah. So this is the way through this. Okay. Right. So another thing you can do here is just stay upright and keep your hands here and go like this. And you can just visualize that microcosmic spin. So you might want to just first do it slowly. Exhaling into the solar plexus, inhaling from solar plexus to heart. And then when you've got it, then you speed things up a bit. So you can do that as well.
You were saying, so this is the passion, and you turn into action, compassion?
Compassion. This is passion. So passion, action, compassion.
Okay.
Passion, you have a desire for something.
Okay.
Action, it transmits to action. But sometimes action isn't enough without compassion.
Yeah.
Because you're acting without the heart.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's a very dysfunctional way to proceed. Passion, action, compassion. And then when you get up here, then it's right communication, right speech. Shanti. Okay. Let's go to, I did this yesterday, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Shaking the belly up and down. Item number 24, Nabi Kendra Kriya. Stimulating the navel chakra. So the navel chakra is different than the Manipura. This is Manipura, this is Nabhi. They're not the same, though sometimes in some Hatha Yoga schools they get interchanged. Remember, this is different. This is a portal that is independent from the chakra system of the Sushumna. This is independent from Sushumna. Okay, and I'll talk about it now. Okay, so the navel chakra and also when you do this and you lift up and down, your Swadhisthana is also a little bit stimulated secondarily. The navel center is our link to the cosmic womb at the center of the universe. So remember what I said this morning when we were doing Gayatri, and I said the heart of your heart, into the heart of the sun, into the heart of the galaxy, into the heart of the universe, into the womb, into the seed, into the So this is our connection with the cosmic womb. You're receiving cosmic prana in through your navel constantly as soon as the umbilical cord from your mother is cut. Okay? So as soon as you're not connected to your when we are in the mother's womb, you're receiving from the mother. Now that the umbilical cord is cut, it's the cosmic mother that we're receiving from. And that's got nothing to do with breath. Whether you're breathing in or not, it's on.
Is it possible anyone to cut this?
No.
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 So maybe
Not
they
that I
can
know.
connect-
Maybe, but I don't know.
But maybe they can connect to that and fix your energy.
No, no one's attacking you, Shogi.
Not
No one.
me. I want to know about.
No, I already told you no. No one can do that.
So
I already
all
told you.
information before I heard about.
That's
like,
all
they
fear.
were-
It's called fear programming.
They do that because.
They want you not to be connected. Don't listen to that. No one can
No, it's
attack you that
already
way.
disconnected.
You cannot cut someone's connection to the source
Because you are it.
because you are it. It's
It's you.
It's a source.
the source. The source is breathing you through your navel all the time.
I mean, you can lock him in a cognitive loop.
Yeah, but you cannot cut. You cannot cut.
Is there a link with the astral cord?
I'm not sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if you are connected
But if
with
you're,
the hara, is the universal
actually,
energy.
it could be. It's
I-
an
I
astral
don't want
connection,
to-
I think.
I don't want to put, more complexities and
If
it's,
you
it's
think
simple, but
no, if you think about it, the cosmic womb
yeah, yeah,
is not physical.
it's not physical.
So anyway, it's an astral connection.
Ah,
Whereas the breath has a physical dimension.
mm,
This doesn't because it's independent of the breath. Okay. So the fiery Nabi chakra is not synonymous with Manipura. This is different. The umbilical center draws in a vibration of fiery cosmic prana that is unavailable through breath. It's got nothing to do with the breath. Pre-birth, all energies that we need, both cosmic and earthly, are drawn through the umbilical connection with our mother. Post-birth, the chakra system works with the physical breath to draw earthly prana from the environment of earth plane into you. So this is all earth plane. That's why the grid is like that. And the soles of our feet play an important role in the grid, connecting you to earth plane. Otherwise, you have fear and you're not connected to earth plane. That's a big problem. And you're also not connected to this cosmic source of prana. Okay. Well, you are, but you think you're not. Energy is not able to flow up. Okay.
It's almost like thinking that you're not like stops it, but it's almost like the only thing that needs to happen to a lot of flow is to realize that you are connected.
Yeah.
Like on a deeper level.
Yeah. Okay. Then we have this one. Kundasthana Jagrana Kriya. Digging all 10 fingers into Kundasthana. The emergence point of nadis. Kundasthana is where several nadis emerge. Opens the mouth of Sushumna. Space is also a release point for pain in the lower body. So, pain in the legs. Another release point is here.
So it's just on the pubic bone or just above?
Above.
Okay.
So, this pubic bone hard. Right above it, soft.
Yeah.
Hara, higher.
Okay.
Yeah, this is below the hara.
Because I think I was on the soft,
Yeah.
on the...
You remember that you explained me on the first level last time with a comment on dit taille?
A straw.
A straw. With a straw, you know.
Yeah, the Sushumna.
The Sushumna.
Yeah.
The doors, like the door.
Yeah, the door for the Sushumna to
open.
open.
You know, like the Sushumna.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we're trying to do here. And it's also a release point for pain.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's below the Manipur, yeah? Or that's Swadhisthana.
Swadhisthana.
It's like right above.
Yeah, it's just like right above, but that's still the area of the Swadhisthana.
Okay, so it still activates.
Yeah, which you need to stimulate the Swadhisthana to get Kandarpa Vayu to...
It's kind of like the center of the uterus.
Could be, yeah. Could be the center of the uterus from an anatomical point of view, or the bladder, which is, I think, behind, in front. I don't know. They're probably next to each other.
And then when you do these movements, you can connect them to heart or to the third eye or to any chakra, or does it have to be a certain circuit?
You mean to connect from
Like to
the
pull your
heart from
abdomen,
here?
as for example, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure because I'm sure it's possible, to be honest. Actually, from anywhere in the network, like even from the toes, if someone is open enough, you can actually transmit prana upwards through the whole system, even from the toes, as long as there's no blockage in the way.
I think yes. From the toes.
Yeah, you can go straight from the toes. So yeah, but given that they have no blockages.
Yeah, because one of the channels inside Sushumna was connected from the toes, no? Like
It's the Vajrini Nadi.
Yeah, Vajrini
It starts
Nadi,
in the
yeah.
toes.
Yeah.
So you can actually transmit prana from the toes
Yeah.
up through the body.
Mm.
Pass the cat around. You take her for a while. Okay, so
If she ever makes some babies, do you operate her? Or?
which one?
Because she's so beautiful, the cat.
To make some babies.
If she ever has a litter, I think I'll put my name down.
Oh, if she has babies, let's see what happens in life. If she's meant to have babies or not, let's see. See what happens in life.
I'm sure all the cats
Il
in
me fait
town
penser,
are
il me fait penser au cat de...
Yeah, I think she's a
il me fait
little
penser
too
à-
young to be
à
going out
Jerry,
looking
the
for a
cat.
boyfriend.
She's
She's got
a
2 more
baby.
months.
How old is
A
she?
quel cat?
I think she's going on 5 months.
Oh wow.
I got her in.
Il est mignon comme tout, il est
Where
tout
did I
petit
get
quoi.
her?
En fait.
Magnifique cette chose.
She's quite a small cat.
C'est un chat.
Yeah.
Elle est très belle.
C'est un chat.
I got her in
C'est un boy, je crois.
May.
Non, c'est une femme.
Ah, c'est une femme.
June, July, August.
How did you get her?
5 months, 5 months.
5
Was she
months.
like was she?
Yeah, she's
She's a
adult.
rescue. My friend Aaron was driving his motorbike and saw her and her sister on the road. And let me show you how. I just have to show you how she looks because she's still beautiful, but kind of.
She looks nothing like she was, crazy. Yeah, she's come a long way.
So this is how Shanti looked when. Just to
Est-ce qu'elle a la fourmi?
wake everyone up.
Est-ce qu'elle a la fourmi? Ah non, c'est pas bon la fourmi.
Elle kiffe tout, elle. Hein.
Ah ouais.
Hier, elle a défoncé
Les chats, ça mange tout. Les chats, ça mange tout.
Ah ouais. Elle a attrapé une grosse araignée dans sa
There
bouche.
she
Je me
is.
suis dit, putain, elle a pas peur de se faire piquer avant ou quoi.
C'est que j'ai exactement
She's
le
on
même chat.
the left.
J'ai exactement
That's how
le
she
même chat.
looked
C'est
when I
un
first
garçon.
got there.
Et je l'ai aussi.
It's not the
Je l'ai
same.
trouvé sur un quai
Yeah.
de train à Casablanca. 2 semaines.
Ah,
This
Maroc.
left?
Tu l'as ramené
Yeah,
Maroc
on the
ici.
left.
Non, non, il est Maroc.
Ah, il est
And then her
Exactement.
sister, I named her sister Mantra, but Mantra didn't make it.
Miroir.
She died. You got
Yeah,
both of them.
I got both of them.
She died.
She died 2 days. She didn't want to eat. The sister didn't want to eat, and I was force feeding her with a syringe, but couldn't. Her system couldn't take the food. So Shanti survived, and Mantra didn't make it.
Qu'est-ce qui lui est arrivé là? Il s'est fait un.
Talking about
Ça
phones, is
cicatrise.
there things that
Ah,
like
c'est pas
another
attaqué.
like
C'est
to
pas
stop
vrai.
us
Ah,
having
ils se mettent des sacrés peignets les chats ici. Là. Ça rigole pas. Ah, mais ça rigole pas.
If this will stop the energy from the phone.
No, you know, like how
Ça rigole
every
nulle
time I
part,
touch
mais
my
là c'est un
phone, I
sacré
feel
terrain
like
facile.
my phone is like, and I can't feel like.
C'est une
Hold
ghetto
it
aussi, hein.
with
Faut
your
pas le
left
trop croire.
hand,
C'est le favela.
not your right
C'est le favela
hand.
pour le
Because it will get. This is the transmitter.
La nuit c'est le territoire des dogs. Hein.
But is there
T'es
something
emmerdé
like
quoi.
It's going to block
Ah oui,
the
il y a une petite
transmission.
réflexion d'un coup là. Hein?
Il y en a certains qui ont un peu la rage.
Non mais je me méfie, moi je suis toujours prêt à mettre un coup de kick si jamais ça vient mordre. Parce qu'il y en a qui tracent mon vieux, hein. Faut que tu prennes 40 km/h pour les semer. Hein. Ah bah c'est coup de date.
Ok.
Ah c'est kung fu. Hein. Ah il y a moyen hein.
Right. Let's review Gayatri Mantra.
Il y a moyen.
So we can chant it together. Page 23.
Ah oui.
Okay, so for our final activity, let's have a practice chant of the Gayatri Mantra,
Super.
which is the mantra. And I'd also like to give you.
À moi c'est un doigt. Hein. C'est giant.
Om Aim Hrim Shrim Saraswataye Namaha. Remember that? Yeah. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Saraswataye Namaha.
Oui, maybe you can find a video,
What does
to
Namaha
follow
mean?
at home, the chanting, the rhythm, no? The
I can.
pronunciation.
What I will do.
Oh, yeah.
I've done a recording. I've done a recording for my other class.
No, but look, Kamel said that we are recording.
Oh, that's true.
Actually, live recording videos and stuff.
Facebook Live.
That is true. We are recording. Okay. So let's do this. Let's chant. What's going to happen is I will say the chant, and then you will try and what do you call it? Duplicate the way I pronounce and the way it sounds. Okay. And I will also send this to you. Okay. All right. So this is the long version of Gayatri Mantra. Okay, so sit tall and try your best. Om Bhur Om Bhuvaha Om Swaha
Om Janaha.
Om Tapaha.
Om Tapaha.
Om Satyam.
Om Satyam.
Om Tatsaviturvareniyam.
Om Tatsaviturvareniyam.
Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi.
Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi.
Diyo yo na prachodayate.
Diyo yo na prachodayate.
Dayate.
Dayate.
Om Tatsaviturvareniyam.
Om Tatsaviturvareniyam.
Aspirate the B. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi.
Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi.
Just a little bit, not too much. Diyo yo na prachodayate.
Diyo yo na prachodayate.
Om Apo Jyotirasol.
Om Apo Jyotirasol.
Amritam Brahma.
Amritam Brahma.
Start again. Om Apo Jyotirasol.
Om Apo Jyotirasol.
Amritam Brahma.
Amritam Brahma.
Om Bhuva Swaha.
Om Bhuva Swaha.
Om, and then the last one is long. Om. So the last one is AUM. Okay? Alright. Let's try it together. Om Bhur.
Om Bhur.
Om Bhuvaha.
Om Bhuvaha.
Om Swaha.
Om Swaha.
Om Maha.
Om Maha.
Om Janaha.
Om Janaha.
Om Tapaha.
Om Tapaha.
Om Satyam.
Om Satyam.
Listen. Om Tatsaviturvareniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo yo na prachodayate. Together. Om Tatsaviturvareniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo yo na prachodayate. Om Apo Jyotirasol Amritam Brahma. Om Apo Jyotirasol Amritam Brahma. Om Bhuva Swaha.
Om Bhuva Swaha.
Om. Okay. All good? So now we can just practice. And again, witness your spine. You're bowing to the different worlds within your spine. And each world has a goddess guarding the gate. And we call these goddesses the Hakinis.
Haki?
Hakini.
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 Mm.
So sometimes they say, I'm sorry, that's the Buddhist version.
Dakini.
Yakshini.
Ah non, Yakshini.
Yakshini.
Non,
Yakshini.
Dakini.
Yakshini. Yeah, Yakshinis that's the Indian system is Yakshinis. So you can say Yakshini Mandalayam Namo Namah. That means you're respecting the goddesses guarding the gates and thanking them for testing you to see if you can take it.
The commitment.
It's commitment, and not only that, it's also how dissolved is your ego. Because imagine if you were given a gift and then you abused it because now you thought you were better than everyone else. Or imagine you're given a gift and you thought it was you. But it's actually not you at all.
I heard and I've witnessed a couple of people who usually within 5 years they exit.
Yes. Guess why?
Have you noticed that?
Guess why?
Exit what?
They exit. They leave. They leave.
the body.
Who?
You cannot fuck around with that.
You can't. And my friend did actually. What happened to him was his ego got in the way, and he started saying things like, you know, don't follow Guruji. He doesn't know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. He started to say stuff like this, and then after a while, he really deteriorated. He became like an animal. I don't know how to explain it. And then he was driving home one day, and a car hit him.
And
And
what
that
are
was
we
it.
talking about? That in the portal?
Not letting the ego
Yeah.
get in the way of your journey. So the yakshinis are the test. They will test you. And just to give you a story, that I felt compelled to chant the chakras and do some Sushumna work. And I would do sadhana in the, chanting the chakras, the petals, and, getting energy. Then when I got to this guy, I fell into a trance. And then the yakshini was physically talking to me.
Oh.
And she was saying, if you agree to do what I tell you, I will make you powerful, you will be popular, you will be rich, you will have so many followers, and all this stuff. And then I snapped out of it, and like, what the fuck was that? And then Guruji wasn't in the room, but that day he sat me down and he told me about the yakshinis. And he's like, if they tempt you, say no, because if you say yes, it's bad.
It's a
bad.
test, in fact.
Yeah, it's a test. It's a test.
Who's that?
And so it appeared again in a dream. And what I won't say everything that she said, but I will say my reply.
No.
And the reply was, no, I don't think so. I have a feeling I've done this before, and right now I would like to say no.
And then what?
Respectful but firm as well.
Yeah,
Did you go through
respectful
it?
but firm.
Did you go through the gate for that?
Maybe I did, because now I can chant energy of people's bodies, and I couldn't do that before. This is one of the gifts I have, is this throat. That I can chant energy of people's bodies. I couldn't do this before. But it's not me, it's flowing through me, and I've allowed it. I'm not going to get in the way.
And how many of these centers do you have?
How many of these centers do we have?
Yeah.
Well, let's start with the 5 chakras.
So each of the chakras is a way to tempt you.
Yes, each of them. And you will be tempted in the one that you're strong. So for you, it's the first 2. You'll be tempted in the one that you're strongest in. Because that's where your power is. That's where... And sometimes the strongest chakra is the one that's the most blocked. Because you put the chains there. And you take the chains off, and you have the ego that is reduced, then the gift comes for you to serve humanity with. Whether it's super speed or super strength or creativity, manifestation, like Wissam has manifestation, or whatever it is that you get, powers of persuasion. It's for the good if you can use it for the good. But there are some people that sort of this whole idea of selling your soul actually exists. It actually exists that
Like a contract with the devil.
Yeah, they contract. What is the devil? That's basically your ego gone wild.
Inflated ego.
Inflated ego, and they knew.
And there's a lot of that right now.
Yes, because people are low vibration and want the shortcut way to they don't want to work on themselves. They want the shortcut. You're gonna pay for it. Eventually, you're gonna pay for it. And they're going to have you for a long, long time.
So what's this soul-sending thing?
No, let's say a Yakshini said to you, you know, if you do everything I say, people will do whatever you want every single time. And let's say for some reason you said yes. You have to do everything they say. They consume you. They feed off of you. They consume you. Why? Because they don't want this ego to persist. It's nature.
It's a self-feeding loop, even though we externalize it with these beings.
It's actually you.
Yeah.
And so you have people with these abilities that have made contracts. Their soul is tied to these beings for a while.
Oh yes. There is a there is a there is guide on the side, but there is also
and
masters.
Because you know,
maybe
because you can't be trusted to be by yourself. You know? Anyway, enough of that.
Does the spiritual path always have to be a path of renunciation of everything?
There's a difference between physical renunciation and the conquering of desire. You might physically renounce everything and still desire it. What we're looking for is called vairagya, which means even if it's around me, I don't desire it. I'm okay. If it's there, it's there. If it's not there, I'm not chasing it. This is renunciation. Like, for example, coffee. I can't survive without coffee. You desire it. I quit coffee. Oh, I wish I had a coffee. No. You're still desiring it. Okay?
So
that's not yet. You haven't gotten there yet. And then after a while, oh, the coffee's in front of me. You know, I don't really feel like it today. I'll have it, or maybe I'll have a sip and go, you know, that's all I need really. That means you're free from the pull of that object. It no longer has an effect on you. It might be there, you might have a sip, it doesn't matter whether you have one or not. You're not gonna sit there and go, God, I wish I had it.
The thing is, the only reason why you can't have the coffee is actually because you want it too much.
Yes, and you go overboard.
The problem is not the coffee. The problem is that the desire of the coffee is gonna get you out of that state of just witnessing beingness and like what's around you.
That's
and
right.
That's what we don't want. So if you can stay in that state and still enjoy your coffee, if it's good for you, the thing is your state of beingness will tell you if it's good or not.
Yeah, and the thing is, celebrating if it's there, but not desiring if it's not there.
Right.
It's conquering of desire and not renunciation.
And how do you get there?
How do you get there? The more you raise your frequency, you're going to realize that your desires change.
It's like a byproduct.
Yeah.
It's not like a goal.
It's a byproduct, It just happens.
But in real life, you cannot stay in that state. You should leave, you should communicate.
Yes, you can still stay in that state and communicate and live and have a beer every now and then and, you know, talk to people.
No, keep the harmony. It's your ability.
Whatever you feel you need to do, whatever you feel you need to do. But at the same time, you have the discriminative knowledge and listening to yourself to see there's a difference between desire and need, and there's a difference between where you think you're getting your happiness and what is real happiness. What is real happiness? What are all our desires in the first place?
When you feel free from any desire.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the secret now to conquering desire. Okay.
32.
32. Secret to conquering desire is what? What are all desires? All desires are mirroring our feeling of incompleteness. We feel incomplete, so we're trying to look outward for a sense of completion. All desires is a feeling of incompleteness. or perceived lack. When you know who you are and you can feel what is flowing through you, less and less will you need to look outward to complete you. Less and less you will need to get objects to complete you, because, like, for example, okay, I have a better cell phone. You know, I'm happy with this better cell phone for maybe a month or two. Then after that, it becomes normal. And maybe I might desire the next model. Because now it's become normal. I have a piece of chocolate cake. I'm happy with that piece of chocolate cake. And then after a while, it becomes normal. You don't no longer have that happiness feeling. So I have to have a bigger piece of cake or something else. So, because why do those things not make you permanently happy? Because that's not where you need to be looking to be permanently happy. You need to look inside and see you're already happy because you're already complete. But in order to do that, you need to remove from the ego all the things that you thought was you, but you're not. And once you remove all those things and the ego reduces, the more complete you feel, the less you need from external sources. Then you reach a state of paravairagya, which means ultimate renunciation, when you realize there's nothing you really need. Even though things might come your way, you might enjoy them, you're not chasing anything anymore. And you know what happens when you don't chase anything?
You get everything.
Everything comes to you.
You become a magnet.
You become a magnet, you become magnetic. Everything comes to you. You don't need to chase anything anymore. Everything comes to you.
And you realize it was coming anyway, but you are pushing it away.
You're pushing
because
it
you
away.
want to say,
Yeah. That's right. And thus the desire.
What about desire of being complete?
Well, the desire
Yeah.
from being complete is a great place to start. But even that is an illusion because you already are complete. But that's a productive desire in a way. But eventually you're going to have to drop that myth.
It's still an addiction.
Yeah.
It's still never
Because
ending.
otherwise you're always chasing when this happened, when I...
Yeah.
So it's an endless void.
Then it goes away, and then you need it again. And you
Are
go
there
away.
periods when
So
you're
to
not
know.
chasing and nothing's coming to you because you're actually meant to be in the nothing?
Yes. And one thing is, don't be afraid of zero. And sometimes nothing comes to you for you to learn what zero means. Yeah. And zero can be a beautiful thing. But if your fear programming is telling you, because we've been told that if you're at zero, you're a loser, which is not true.
You're free.
You're actually free. Right? So learning the meaning of zero is actually one of those lessons, and it's actually a lesson of Muladhara. Zero is a lesson of Muladhara. And not being afraid of zero, because only in a state of zero can you actually receive. You can't receive if you're full. You need to be in zero, and then you will receive.
Un verre soit plein, il faut bien qu'il soit vide un jour ou l'autre. Hein.
It's starting to rain, and that's it for today. So those of you that, you know, feel you need to go somewhere and need to go, yes, whoever's, please do not leave my clothes in your house,